Okay, so hopefully this will let me record. As you can see by the title, why there won't be a Grand Theft Auto 6, why there won't be a GTA 6. I'm not saying that there won't be, there will be, but I want to do this video because a lot of people think, okay, Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out next. It's not coming out next. If anything, the next Grand Theft Auto game is going to be an add-on title. What I have in front of me are the Grand Theft Auto games that came out in order by the years, ones that have numbers, one that have add-on titles to them. I want to say this as a disclaimer. I understand they say these games are separate within their universes from the 2D universe, the 3D universe, and the HD universe. I think they're saying that because they know gamers, from people who really do dig around, do research, pay attention to detail, from looking through hints, Easter eggs, nods, clues, references, homages, especially random dialogues from every direction, the map sizes, coincidences per se, that these games do tie in all together, and they're in the GTA universe. I'm even going to go as far as saying that the Mafia series, Scarface, and Red Dead Redemption fits in that GTA universe because those are GTA-esque games. And I will get to those later on. So, our first Grand Theft Auto game came out for the PS1 back in '97, which is Grand Theft Auto 1. And then in 1999, we got Grand Theft Auto London, 1969. Then Grand Theft Auto London, 1961. So we got a prequel, then a sequel during that. Of course, followed up within the same year, we got Grand Theft Auto 2. Both of those were for the PS1 and Dreamcast. So you had from 97 to 1999, right? So you have a 3-year time frame to a 2-year game in the making. Followed up from 2001, we got Grand Theft Auto 3 with the PS2. So again, another 3-year time frame to a 2-year time skip till we got Grand Theft Auto 3. So we have one add-on title, and we got 3 sequel titles with the numbers. So we got the number sequels. And then in 2002, we got Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which came out for the PS2 and Xbox. So we got our second add-on title. And then in 2004, we got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto Advance. So from 2000, 2001, 2003, 2004, which is a 4-year time period, we got 3 traditional add-on titles: Vice City, San Andreas, and Advance. Then going in from 05, we got Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. So we definitely got our 5th add-on title within the series. Then going in from 2006, we got Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, which is a prequel to Grand Theft Auto Vice City. So you got 6 add-on titles already. From there, going on to 2008, we got Grand Theft Auto 4. So it pretty much took from 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, so that's 5 years, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, So it took 5 plus 8, which is your, see, 9, 10, 11, 12. It took 13 years. Time. 13 year time skip. 13 years time frame from 2008 to get Grand Theft Auto 4, which is a sequel numbered game. Going on to 2009, we got Grand Theft Auto 4, The Lost in the Dam, which is a numbered sequel, but also an add-on title. Then we got Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, which is an add-on title, followed up by Grand Theft Auto The Battle of Gay Tony. So we got, within that 14th year, 3 add-on titles. Okay. So, from 010 to 013, we ended up getting Grand Theft Auto 5, so it took 10, 11, 12, 13, 4 years. This year, this day, Grand Theft Auto 5 turned 6 years old. So it took 22 years to get a numbered sequel game, Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, I don't know if you guys see a pattern here, but our next game is not going to be Grand Theft Auto 6. Our next game is going to be Grand Theft Auto, whatever it's going to be titled as. So we're definitely going to get an added on titled game, without a doubt. Now, I remember talking to my best friend about this, like, if you guys take a look throughout the many Grand Theft Auto games we had one that took place in London, and then one that took place down south. Most of the games from Part 1 to 3 took place in New York. San Andreas and San Andreas Advance took place in California. Liberty City Stories, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto The Lost in the Dam, Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, Grand Theft Auto The Battle of Gay Tony took place in New York, and Grand Theft Auto 5 took place in California. So it's been a lot between the West and East Coast gameplay within the Grand Theft Auto series. Myself personally, I want us to go back down to Vice City. I know what Rockstar said, that they're not going to revisit Vice City, because when you think of Vice City, right, or in real world terms, when you think of Miami, Florida, you're thinking of the 80s. You're not thinking of the 70s, the 90s, or the 2000s. You're thinking of the 80s, right? Well, a lot of us like and would want to see Vice City, but in more updated modern times, right? Now, you know, you have like a lot of writers, companies, executives, producers, you know, they say one thing, but then they end up doing the other. It's like Robert Kirkman. He said the Walking Dead comics will go on for 200 issues. It didn't, and ended up stopping at 139 issues, right? Because it took 15 years to get to there. I understand they said the TV series could go on for 20 years. We're not going to get a 20 years. If anything, they only got 2 more years left, which would be season 12. So that's 12 years. After that, it's time to really wrap it up, and then definitely end it within the last movie that they'll do, which will be the 3rd Rick Grimes movie. And then you can go on with your spin-offs. So you see what I'm saying right there? Just because, you know, Rockstar said they're not going to do that, there's a chance that they are going to do that. So you're looking from 2002, and these are my predictions, right? My predictions until we get the next Grand Theft Auto game, which probably won't be till 2024. So that's 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. That's 10 years. 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. So that's 15 years. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. So that's 20 years. 2022, 2023, 2024. So that will be a traditional of 18 years once the year 2024 comes, and it would be 24 years since we got Vice City. Now, if they don't go back to Vice City, at least give us this, right? Like, you can pick any other state from Texas, Tennessee, Ohio, Chicago, right? And there's a good chance that they could do Grand Theft Auto London, because a good majority of the players who played Grand Theft Auto in the early 2000s, we never played Grand Theft Auto London, and a lot of people haven't. So to give us Grand Theft Auto London, a modern time, will definitely be a treat. If you look into the other Grand Theft Auto games that are Grand Theft Auto-esque, like, let's start with the Mafia series. You know, Mafia 1 through 3 are definitely Grand Theft Auto type games. You know, Mafia 1 and 2 take place in New York. They take place, I do believe, during World War II at the most, which would, I think, was in the 40s, 50s. Then you had Grand Theft Auto 3 that took place in Vietnam, which in 1969. And Grand Theft Auto 3 took place down in Louisiana, and that was one of the biggest maps in game we have got by far. That was bigger than Grand Theft Auto 5, right? Then let's go to Scarface. You know, Scarface is pretty much Vice City. We don't really know how really big that map is in Scarface, but you know, that definitely takes place within the same era. And it's obvious, you know, who Scarface was modeled after. He was modeled after Tommy Vercetti. Then you have the Red Dead series from Red Dead Revolver, from Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Revolver takes place in Texas. Red Dead Redemption 1 takes place in Texas. And Red Dead Redemption 2 has 3 different states it's modeled after. And that's one of the biggest maps updated by far, because that game with the states they chose is Montana, Texas, and Louisiana, right? So definitely the next Grand Theft Auto game is going to be an add-on title, and I guarantee you by the time 2024 comes, we will not just get an announcement, but we'll get a trailer, and I guarantee you we're going to get a lot of nods, hints, Easter eggs, references, dialogues, points, clues, hints, homages to a lot of the past Grand Theft Auto games, from Grand Theft Auto 1 to Grand Theft Auto 5, from Mafia 1 to Mafia 3 to Scarface, from Red Dead Revolver to Red Dead Redemption 2 in that game. And that's going to be one of the biggest Grand Theft Auto games and one of the biggest years for that. And imagine how big the map's going to be, because by then the PS5 will be out. The engine on it, the software, the modem, it's going to be so big that there can be so much put into that game. From that, if you were to ask me when will we get Grand Theft Auto 6, the numbered sequel, probably in 2031 at the most. So that will definitely be about from 13 till then. That's about 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's 10, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, about 19 years. So it will be 19 years by the time 2031 comes around, and that will be my prediction when we will get actual Grand Theft Auto 6, the numbered sequel. So as I was saying before my phone cut off and I ran out a bit of room, you know, it will definitely be, 2024 by the time we get the next Grand Theft Auto game, which will be an add-on title, which would be about 20, no, almost 30 years. Maybe, how long did I say? 22 years since the first add-on title we got, which was Grand Theft Auto London. And then, of course, it will be a traditional of 19 to 20 years till we get Grand Theft Auto 6, because, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in 2013. And of course, like I said, my predictions would be in 2034, maybe. What did I say? Not 2034, 2030 or 2031. By the time we get Grand Theft Auto 6, the numbered sequel. So from 2013 to 2030 to 2031, it will definitely be 19 to 20 years. So, after Grand Theft Auto 5 ever came out in real world time. So, So to wrap up this video, you guys get what I'm saying, right? Like, it would be 20 something years by the time we got our first Grand Theft Auto title when the time of 2024 rolls around, when we do get our next Grand Theft Auto game, which would be an add-on title. And then it would be about almost 19 to 20 years later by the time 2030 or 2031 hits around, by the time we see Grand Theft Auto 6. And I guarantee you, Rockstar, they're definitely writing that next Grand Theft Auto game, which again is not going to be Grand Theft Auto 6, but they're definitely taking their time, which is great, because us as players, we want the best story, the best content, the best graphics. We want something that's going to hold a lot. And like I said, by the time that comes out, we'll have the PS5, and like I said, the modem, the engine, the software, it's all going to be so big and updated, and the map size, that's going to be a lot. And the things we'll see, be able to do, and plus get a lot of upgrades to a lot of the older things that we loved before in the past, even the newer things as well. And it will be one of the biggest releases in years for a game by the time that year rolls around. Like, I'm 30 years old, right? And the time 2024 rolls around, I'll be like, what? See, 30, 31, 32, 33. So I should be maybe, I think, 34, at the most, 35 at least. And then by the time Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, and I said my predictions with that will probably be in 2031, I'll probably be around 49, maybe 41 years old, playing Grand Theft Auto 6. So, with that being said, hopefully you guys can understand why I said, we're not going to get a Grand Theft Auto 6, at least not anytime soon, because if you guys take a look at the Xbox 360 era, the PC era, from then and now, into the PS4 era with Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, all the updates, from the DLC packs to the DLCs that came out with, especially prior, which was the casino, all that money from 2013 till now, which is 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, especially going into next year, about 7 to 9, 7 to 8 years right there for Grand Theft Auto 5 making lots of money. So that money that they're making from then and now is definitely going back into that next GTA game. So with that being said, I'm out, and those that see this video, hopefully you guys will understand, why I labeled it the way I did. So again, my predictions, the next Grand Theft Auto game will not be Grand Theft Auto 6. It will be Grand Theft Auto, whatever the title is going to be. And I predict it's going to be at least in 2024 by the time we see it. Then, by the time Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, which will be a numbered sequel game, won't be till 2030 or 2031. And that's okay, because again, we're gonna want the best. And who knows, maybe Rockstar may not make another Grand Theft Auto game. It all depends on how far they want to go, how far they want it to be developed, if you will. So that being said, man, I'm out, and let me know your guys' thoughts down below.